In the previous video, we discussed how we are able to induce our own spiritual awakening. So, again, I'm going to give a recap. For some of us, we had to be put in a place of brokenness where it would usually be a death of a loved one, a heartbreak, a really strong heartbreak. Usually, like relationships would be used, so you would have a history of having failed relationships, or it would be like a catastrophic event that really just uplifted your life, right? And so what happens here is that we're forced, in a sense, to choose. What do you want to do here? Because you're so broken, you're such a low point that you truly have to make a choice. Do you want to live or not, right? And so we choose to heal. We choose to go on the road less traveled, and we start to forgive. We start to detach from the programming. We no longer attach to titles because we understand that we're here to experience certain things and to overcome them. That we're here to transmute our pain into power, right? And most of us who have gone through this process, we've been guided and led because we have a mission to fulfill, right? And so, upon doing so and coming out of that, we come out with a lot of knowledge, a lot of esoteric knowledge, a lot of ancient wisdom, of ancient practices, because we have healed ourselves. We have done things that we're not taught about because the powers in place don't want humanity to awaken to the power that they hold. And it all starts with going within, meaning healing, not being distracted, choosing self love. And so, in order, this is not something where we have to wait to be broken into tiny pieces to do this. We can induce our own spiritual awakening by following certain steps, by choosing to align with self love and forgiving that which was done to us and that what we did, and choosing to forgive and not pass judgment. The same steps that we took to do it when we were broken to the point of maybe we didn't want to live at that time, we're able to now share this knowledge with humanity who right now is awakening to a lot of truths, a lot of things that are not easy to digest, right? And so we have been put in place to be able to guide and lead with the knowledge of the experience that we've obtained through our own awakening journey. Because not only do we awaken to the illusions around us when it comes to our immediate family. Some of us were placed into these families to break these generational curses, and a lot of the things that we've gone through, we had to go through them so that we could free our ancestors, and be able to reset the bloodline per se, right? And so, as we begin to ascend, as we begin to awaken, and we go on to different levels, more is revealed. Because what happens here is, because we are in a matrix system and the powers in place don't want us to awaken, it's like the movie They Live. Once you start awakening, they're able to see that. And you begin to be targeted by secret societies, by the same systems in place. They begin to target you so that you could go back to sleep. But once you awaken and you realize what's happening here, you realize that your greatest currency is your energy, you begin to move differently. You no longer indulge in the same things that you used to indulge in. And even if you do, you come right back out of it. It's not a place for you to stay anymore. You came here to do something. You're here with a mission. You're here to do stuff. And so with humanity, a lot of us have been kept asleep in shame, in fear, in anger. And these are the emotions that these people in place want you in, that these powers and principalities, they want you to be dwelling in those emotions, because if you are in those states, they're able to harvest your energy. They're able to manipulate your free will. They're able to control you. And so what is happening is that we think we're free. We think that we're the one making these decisions. We think that we're the ones that we're behaving like that. We think that this is just how I am. This is just what I do. In reality, we're being controlled. As long as we're vibrating, operating at a lower frequency, our vessels are able to be overtaken by unclean spirits, which these powers and principalities control. And so we're able to induce our own spiritual awakening and be able to see truth for ourselves. The way we do that is by aligning with self-love. And the way that we align with self-love is by taking the focus of other people and putting it on us. No matter what was done to us, no matter what they did. You can say, yeah, but they did this and they did that. And you could say the most horrible things that they did. It doesn't matter. It's valid. It happened. But it doesn't matter. What matters is you. How are you going to move forward? What are you going to do for you? That was done already. We can't forgive anything and anyone. And we could also just, not talk to them again forever. But you must forgive. You must forgive. Because as long as you are energetically attached to them, if you're thinking about them, even if you think you're thinking about them logically, like, well, yeah, no, fuck them off. Like, no more. You can't think about them because it's an energetic cold cord. And the way that these powers and principalities, unclean energies, spirits, the way that they feed is through our emotions, and is energetically, it's not visible. Their superpower is invisibility. So with your thoughts, with your feelings, you could even be thinking in good, like, well, I'm so glad I met this person. If it wasn't for this person, I wouldn't be who I am. You still gotta fuck him off. Like, you can't give him no type of emotions at all. Don't think about him. Don't talk to them. And this is not linear. I'm the person to express that, because I sometimes go back into the rabbit hole of like, and then I have to get right back on it and be like, hey, call your energy back. Call your power back. Those are not your thoughts. Because our energy is able to be manipulated. And if we go down to a lower vibration, our free will is able to be manipulated. And so we think that these thoughts that we're thinking are coming from us. In reality, they're not.